live in downtown Martinez, and we got this heckler right here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Resist. Resist. I like In and Out though.
I'm gonna say fuck you. You're fucking. You know what? Oh, you're fucking idiot.
Antifa. Oh, he's coming. Oh, look, he's getting out. He's getting out. He's getting out. Here we go.
Come on, film me. Motherfucker wants to go. No problem.
Oh no, he's.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm sure I'll have a debate.
I was parked in the red zone. He's breaking the law. Typical leftist, breaking the law. Doesn't care about the law.
Okay, well, tell me all about it.
I don't think violence solves it.
Oh no, that's why you stand with Antifa, right?
Yeah, slam on the brakes.
Fucking violent terrorists.
You know what?
Just practice what you preach, man. Practice what you preach. You don't believe in violence? You don't believe in violence and you get out that aggressively?
No, I just think that you're ignorant. And
Well,
I think
no,
if you do research, you will realize that ICE is it's doing nothing. It's not criminals. It's I see.
So no, I got a question for you. Now I don't have to tell you.
Well, you already called us Nazis.
So you're telling me if somebody's illegal?
Okay, so if you support, I almost said Bush. If you support Trump and his agenda, that makes you complicit in everything that he is.
Well, what's Trump's agenda? I want to know what Trump's agenda is. You guys are going to assume a lot. What? Because they're out there with their
I don't see
flags.
any minorities here.
Excuse me.
You only see a fucking. Oh no, you don't see a Chinese gentleman there. You don't see a Hispanic gentleman.
See the Johnnies yet.
And you don't see a.
Oh, you're Hispanic?
You're
and you don't see a motherfucker.
You're just judging me, right?
You don't see a fucking transsexual sitting in front of you. So transsexual.
Transgender, a Hispanic woman, an Asian male.
And why does that even matter? Why are you using labels? And why are you judging by race? Why are you being racist, huh?
Wow.
No, I want to have a discussion with you.
Dude,
You
you
told me.
are blind.
Hey, the Democratic Party's been about race.
No, please let me.
You can't have a discussion.
Everybody's racist. That's what you guys do.
I guess you want North Korea to go back to being active, right?
Yeah, Trump fixed that.
We just proved.
The thing is,
You're just deaf, dumb, and blind.
yeah.
No, I want to talk to you. You said you want to talk. Because you people are supposed to love transsexuals, right? You guys are supposed to really care about us, right? Okay, so you wanted to tell me how this group right here.
This guy drove by, flipped us off, and now he's coming back, and this is what's going on.
Antifa's a great group.
See, that's what I'm saying. You have been so misrepresented.
How am I? Because I've been out among them. They've attacked me.
That the basis of your argument, you cannot argue with people like you because you will not see anything. It's all based on fallacies.
Really?
Fallacies. It is not all criminals that are being shipped away. There are veterans that are being shipped there. One of the veterans that was shipped away was a fucking war hero. He received the Valor, the Medal of Valor, and he got shipped back to Mexico because to deal with his pain, he
I like his shirt.
So he smoked a little marijuana. My God. He fought for this fucking country. He fought for this country. He fought for you to spread your ignorance. For you to spread your ignorance. Go ahead.
Okay, so ICE never nabbed any criminals. ICE never nabbed.
I'm sure they have.
And you're this sheriff. You're the sheriff. These felons that come out of jail.
So you're okay with separating these families, putting kids in fucking military
Do you want to know my opinion? No, I'm saying.
Hey, I want to say something. You talk about family. You talk about family, okay? Guess what? My grandfather was a rapist and a pedophile. He came from across the Mexico border.
My grandfather came across the border and he built liberty.
Should he stay with my family? Do you think he should have stayed with us?
No, I don't think he should have stayed with you.
There goes your argument.
See, that's the thing. That
pulling
is
on
not
people's heartstrings and separating families. You know, they're not all great people.
Let me ask you if you agree with my policy. I say all the illegals that are here right now, we legalize every one of them, and they put temporary immigration policy. So see, you say the same thing. And I'm telling you, you automatically assume that you think the problem is everybody's a Nazi.
If you're supporting this ICE bullshit,
No, I support what they should do.
They are
If
just
a felon,
criminals.
if a felon comes, if a
People like
felon
that.
is in there,
That is not
what
what
Sheriff
they're
gave,
doing.
what Sheriff
They're
gave
separating
them.
my friend.
And that's what we're here protesting today.
I'm here for, I do support that. I don't. To them illegals is not only dehumanizing.
How is it labeling them when it's actually written in the law?
Why are you guys so sensitive?
Illegal isn't now.
Okay, you're illegally here. That's
Yes.
true.
Yes, they are here. But the proper term, it's like using the N-word. It's like using...
See, the funny thing of what you're saying is that there's no laws backing this. What you're saying. You're just...
So every time somebody takes something like this, I don't see how alien, you're not alien to the country, you're illegally here.
What's up?
Okay, so you're saying that, so beforehand, people of your nature weren't they called them everything under the sun. But now,
I don't get offended when somebody says
we changed terms to be more acceptable.
Okay, so let's say tomorrow I say, I don't want you calling me a transgender, I want you to call me whatever. So you got to keep changing terms all the time because I keep telling you, I keep barking.
Good point.
If the populace finds
well, who is the populace? Who makes the votes on this?
A lot of...
Because it doesn't offend me for somebody to say I'm transgender or tranny or anything like that. That's not offensive to me. Black people use the N-word with the A on the end. It doesn't offend them. Tranny doesn't offend me.
You know, Yankee was originally a derogatory slur for Americans. We adopted it.
Is a black person allowed to speak for what's offensive to them? Is a trans person allowed to speak what's offensive to them?
Chose not to be offended.
It doesn't
Sorry,
offend me.
guys, my flag keeps on.
You know what offends me? Some dude comes up and he says, hey, you shemo, and they use it in a derogatory way.
Yeah,
then I
that
say that to him.
That is
But if somebody just says, hey, that's a tranny, I mean, oh my God, it's fun, but that guy's trying to be offensive. They just may not know that's a term that's offensive to some people, and I don't explode over it. We gotta quit being sensitive. But, okay, at least I'll give you the credit. You actually stop to sit here and talk to people. Most of them don't do that. So now we got a dialogue here. I don't agree that PC culture thing is conducive to making people comfortable around me. And everybody around me, you guys are saying they can't say this and say that all the time. You know what you do for me? You make everybody uncomfortable around me, and then they walk on eggshells and don't want to be around me. Do you understand? That's not helping me.
I went to Fort Hill with a friend at work that just recently came out of sheriff. And it was a tough thing for me to, not so much that I was against it, but it was, they got offended because they went from he wasn't ready to proceed yet and wanted me to refer to them as them. I've said he, she,
which is ridiculous. See how ridiculous that is?
I went to a Fort Hill, thought I was going to be sued. We're good friends now, but at the time, it was something they wanted to refer by.
Not everybody gets what they want.
Like, we don't have to sit there and say,
I mean, if it's offensive to somebody, it should be taken into consideration.
Okay, it should be taken into consideration, but at the same time, people shouldn't be bullied all the time. Saying you're gonna, like you were saying, they're worried about getting sued because you didn't know how to respond to that. True. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, especially a person. People say, hey, mister, hey, sir, and you were doing that.
That's going into
all this PC culture. But now, see, now if I can get Antifa to come out and talk like you're talking, we could have a dialogue.
But they have rules, no platform for Nazis.
Antifa, it gets labeled as this terrorist group.
Well,
they
are.
A lot more things from the right.
Really? Because I sure have.
When was the last time you saw a right winger throw an explosive into a crowd?
They were throwing explosives in the crowd. And they had sticks of dynamite up in Portland. I mean, I can go back to some right wingers maybe in the 50s, these KKK assholes. I could go to them, but I mean, that's been 50 years ago. I would never stand with KKK. You see, you assume I would stand up with Nazis over here. But you have to understand.
I just saw the voice thing. And,
well, see, you didn't even ask.
We're not Nazis, and we're not white supremacists.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I have a friend. He's a coach for in Richmond. They have a very, very high Hispanic population, and I'm sure some are undocumented. He's a coach for a basketball team. Since Trump has become president, at his home games, attendance has dropped about 30%. If he goes to an away game, his attendance is maybe dropped 70%. He said it's ridiculous that people are afraid to go out and support their families. This is not the American way.
Okay, now I got a question.
I don't think people should live in fear.
Yeah, it kind of.
When they are just trying to make a better life. If they're not criminals, I'm all for shipping out criminals. I'm all for that.
But the moment you cross the border, you've committed a crime. You're a criminal by definition.
Okay,
Maybe your home sucks, but that does not. That's no excuse.
I've been to some football games, okay? And I've sat there and watched Hispanic people hold up the Mexican flag during our national anthem. Do you approve of that? That's offensive to me.
I would be arrested if I went to Mexico and wove an American flag
I think
during
we're here in
Mexican
America,
national
then we all
anthem.
should get around America.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for Mexican, being proud of your heritage.
Yeah, everybody should be
Absolutely.
proud.
I don't think at an American game they should be playing Mexico, unless it's maybe they're playing, Mexico's playing.
Okay,
It's a soccer game,
Of course.
Mexico
I
against
agree.
Mexico.
I
can
agree
see
with that.
You know.
Now let me ask, now see, if we could just get these kind of conversations, don't you think that we can heal America?
Oh, I think that would work freaking miracles.
So why
I
can't we get more
really
people?
do.
Okay,
I think a lot of it is everybody's so caught up in their own, like I jumped to the conclusion, called you guys Nazis. I think everybody's so caught up in their own bullshit.
Let me ask you this, what do you think is pushing these Antifa guys to give more platform and more speech? Just punch. Just
we're going to talk. You resist it?
Well, there's a difference. There's a difference between Antifa and Black Bloc. Black Bloc are the people here. Those are the people that are coming in, bombing things and doing all these malicious acts.
But they
it has
say
nothing to do with Antifa.
I've seen people who weren't dressed necessarily like Black Bloc, but they just said, "Oh, you're a Nazi, and you get no platform. No platform for Nazis."
I'm the one who threw the note of Marxism with the attacks on that shoe.
Yeah.
I'm the one who threw that event. I'm having an event May 5th. Get guys like you, not violent guys, guys like
Yeah,
you,
guys
to
that-
come out and debate us, and let's talk. Let's make Berkeley into something greater. No,
Free speech like it
nobody-
used to be.
I don't think Trump's going to make it.
No,
great.
nobody listen.
We will.
Nobody's going to attack you. Or you come over to me, you talk to me. How we can sit there and talk on both sides without violence.
Did you see this?
Now it's May 5th.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think that would open up doors to a lot of the problems that we're
yeah, why
having
don't you,
right
okay, if you're an activist for your side, then why don't you come out there and let's meet in the middle and let's heal America instead of fighting.
now.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I mean, it's going to take courage for you to come out there and talk to, because your side's going to bash you for coming out and talking to me and this and that. Well, show the courage.
You know, maybe I could get some people,
Decent people.
some
I don't
of
want.
my
I don't want.
people-
violent
no,
people.
I don't.
Decent
I don't hate
people.
it.
And I'll bring five. I'll bring 5 of my people that's decent people in 5 years, and we'll go meet off to the side. We'll have a debate on camera. We'll talk about what we, because we want to have reasonable issues. Like, okay, you feel this way about that way. We feel this way.
Yeah.
Now, where do we meet in the middle? How do we heal America? We're heading to a civil war the way we're going here. It's got to stop.
Yeah.
And the scary thing is it's as far as I'm concerned, it's not even the general populace. I think that the media and certain things are pushing these
Yeah.
agendas.
Well, you
And
see
they
last
want-
summer they were calling us
because
neo-Nazis.
if we're focusing on arguing with each other.
Right.
We're not focusing on what they're
the
doing.
problem.
Yeah, that's sure enough.
That's what Bob Marley said. Keep us divided.
Okay, you remember last summer when they had in San Francisco and they met Berkeley, right? Their band over there.
They got up on
They must
the
have,
white
you would have sworn to God the
supremacists.
KKK was coming to
Yep.
town. Now think how unreasonable it is. Do you think the KKK would have just spread general emotion? You know white supremacists hate people like me. So just a logic alone, how would I be able to stand with the alt-right or anything? They hate people like me.
We're just
Hate
sick
them.
of the identity politics. KKK does it, and
I think
unfortunately
the
liberals are
KKK
doing
is
it
the
too.
scum of the earth.
Yeah.
And I would never stand with, I don't care if they hold an American flag wave up. I would never stand with that. See, but you never get this whole thing where people like say about racial equality. You think I don't know there's illegals in this country that are great people and nice? I have neighbors that are nice people. I've never.
I would hope that you do acknowledge that.
Well, no, I do, and that's why I said this. And I'm not going to make an argument for your side. People turned a blind eye for years to this. But all of a sudden, it all came to an issue because you know why? Because there's people on both sides that want to divide us. So they have to have issues like when they say I'm transgender, right? So they want you to sit there and think, well, I'm different than you, you're different than me, and that's what they want to keep. Both sides. He's not saying both, all the people on both sides, but we have instigators on both sides too.
True.
Like you have
Very
the
true.
KKK on this
I'll
side,
agree.
and you got these racist assholes on this other side. They're both as hateful as each other, and they're playing us. Now, we just sit down and we talk. Then we can see everybody's just human. You know, at the end of the day, what we want to do? We want to have a job, family, a peaceful life, and a country.
A decent paying job. A decent
Right.
paying job.
Exactly.
You know?
Decent
You can't expect minimum wage jobs to get that. You can't get that. All right. You have to set your goals higher. You can't tell McDonald's to pay me $15 an hour. That's supposed to be a starting job.
All we're looking for is at the And then I think raising the minimum wage to 15 would be a wonderful idea. It'd be a good start, because the money that we're making is not kept up with the rising prices of everything. Every commodity that we deal with has gone up, but wages have remained stagnant for the average employee, not the CEOs. CEOs are making 365 times more than the average employee.
You got to find out, why are these prices going up?
Look,
Follow the money.
I can't make. I'll play devil's advocate. I'll make an argument for it. If you're McDonald's, you're making tons and tons of money, billions and billions of dollars. If you were to pay employees, raise the prices, well, you can keep the prices the same and still make a very significant profit. It's just greed. They want more profit, so they don't want to kick down an extra billion to the people who make the business work. And I'm not into communism or anything. You guys know that. What I'm sitting there saying is, you could argue that if you're saying, let's say I used to work in a steel mill, and steel mills make, you know, pretty good money, $20, $25, $26 an hour. Well, what makes my job more important than a guy working in a factory, in McDonald's, a guy working in McDonald's? So we, as society, and it says, if you've ever worked in a fast food place, you would know you bust your ass off in those places. So I'm just saying, if we're going to have an argument, let's have a fair argument here. But I'm not for communism. Now these guys over here for communism.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, like I said, equity. I want to be able to, I don't want to have to, if I need a pair of shoes, I don't want to have to go, well, if I buy those shoes, that means I don't have to buy, I can't buy groceries.
Well, yeah,
so I go without new shoes for, oh, maybe next week I can afford it. I don't want to live like that. I want to be able to go, I have a college degree. I just I'm $30,000 in debt because of that college degree. I shouldn't have to struggle like this. And for these people to make these nominal amounts of money while the rest of us are struggling, it's ludicrous.
Well, that's the elite.
It is absolutely ludicrous. And if the thing is, if you built a stronger middle class, it has been proven. The more people spending money, that means more people. Yeah. That means they have to hire more people to make more product, and more products
doesn't make them spend more money though, because they don't invest it. They don't invest it in themselves.
That's all the CEOs are doing is investing.
Are you saying a person working is giving money to them? They earn it. Okay, like I used to argue about this. Okay, people used to say in the unions, they used to sit there and go, well, the unions are very communist now. I've seen what they're doing, but I'm sitting there saying, they go, well, if you own a business, you should just take whatever you get and go on. Wait a minute, my labor is worth $1 value. My labor, I'm selling my labor to a company, and I have a right to negotiate what that price is. And I also have a right to say I'm going to work there. But what we've gone to do is anymore people saying if you own a business, you can do any goddamn thing you want. And that's where I'm not for that. You cannot do anything you want. We do have rights. And people say, well, let them do whatever they want, put no regulations on them. Well, look at China with no regulations. When these companies, these are a lot of American businesses go to China, they pay them dirt wages and they treat them like slaves. So you do need some regulation. And do you need as many as they got? Absolutely not. Because you can cripple businesses like they're doing in California too. They cripple them. Well, but you got to have some regulations. You see, that's a problem when you're dealing with the right and left. The right wants no regulations, the left wants all regulations. Why can't we just meet in the middle and say what's reasonable?
I agree with that. See, I'm not fully against regulations, but I am in full support of regulations that protect our environment. Because I can tell you what, a job doesn't mean a goddamn thing if you have a world that you can't exist on. If you look at pictures of the way that the air quality in big major cities looked 30, 40 years ago compared to now, and where we're heading now because all these deregulation, I'm all for deregulating. You know, it'll maybe supply a minuscule amount of jobs, but jobs don't mean shit if you're on a dying planet. You know, okay, but I want to protect my mother.
At the same time, when we do that, the United States can't just have regulations that China has none. So it does no good for us to have regulations. It kills our economy. If China doesn't have any regulations, then what good does us have?
But I'm all for, I don't have anything against regulations. As long as those regulations are not destroying our environment, are not inhibiting our education.
Absolutely.
As long as they are doing things that are productive for our society.
Definitely.
But when you have the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, who's an ex-oil lobbyist, who's taking away regulations that are here to protect our environment, that I cannot get behind. whatsoever.
I think we can all pretty much agree on a clean environment at this point, right?
Yes.
But okay, but we also, you got to take into account our country is so crippled so badly right now.
I
So
will agree, some
economically-
regulations
Well,
are
no, but what I'm
ridiculous.
saying is it's so economically crippled right now. Like you can't find a job or something. I think what Trump is trying to do is say we're going to pull these regulations back at least for now.
We need to
get
reel
back
some
in
of this
it,
in.
and
It's
we'll get
getting out of
cleaner energy
hand.
as we go. I think he's like basically looking at the interest of the United States.
See, that's the thing. There could be a multitude jobs everywhere if we fixed our infrastructure, if we invested, if we went with clean energy, solar panels, wind
I used to
turbines,
work with
all
Tesla,
that,
so I know about clean energy.
all that stuff. Those are jobs. Those are millions of
Tesla's
jobs.
proof of that, right?
Yes,
I work
it's
for Tesla.
millions of jobs.
But we have to. It takes
This
time to
just
convert.
cutting
It takes time to
regulations isn't
convert over
supplying
that economy. It
jobs.
takes time to convert over that. So, I don't think it's time. I don't. You'd have to be a psycho to think that we could just keep going on burning fossil fuels and everything. And we're just going to keep going. I mean, even let's say you don't believe in the ozone, whatever, deteriorating, whatever.
Yeah.
You still know that pollution is bad. We understand pollution is bad, but we also understand. Right now, we're in such a bad economical state. We got to get our infrastructure. We're not going to be a country anymore. He's got to.
Yeah, not us. Not us. No.
But we're having a healthy debate.
Trump or us. No.
Okay, well, you have that right. But see, we're not getting by with it. You don't agree with Trump and you don't agree with us. Now, see, if we go out to Berkeley and we could do that, in a place where free speech is supposed to be to do that, then why can't we do that? Why can't we? I mean, what a great place to go do that. So I really hope
You
you're
know,
there.
you guys actually gave me a really good idea. I think it would be nice if maybe somebody started like a Facebook page, coffee debate, where we can get together and have civil debates like this. Might get hashed out, on everything, but maybe we can come to like some sort of middle.
Like I said,
Exactly, something of that,
We're not.
Yeah, no, there's no way we can agree on
so
that.
we got
But what I have a problem with, we got to stop this terrorism from coming and attacking people. Right, they can have their opinions.
trying to silence people.
Yeah, silencing people's free speech is bullshit.
Yeah. No, I'll agree. That's where nations found. Yeah, no, that's. I need a new tire. See, I can't even afford a new tire. Look at this. I can't even.
Yeah, that happened to my
afford a new
tire too
for
because
my
it
car.
stayed on there for too long.
I think we need a robust economy if we're going to be able to do it.
Yes.
So we got to get a robust economy.
Yes, we can get a robust economy. The way to get a robust economy is investing in our middle class, not the freaking CEOs. It's been. I mean, where has trickle economics gotten us? I mean, come on, we've been trying this since Reagan, Nixon. Where has it gotten us? CEOs now make
I'm the
365
same
times.
time.
It's
Where's
average
these
salary.
government policies on the left? Where are these socialist policies? Where have they got us? What have they done for us? Have they helped the poor? They've kept the poor poorer, in my opinion. So, if you're looking at that policy, what are we doing? We need to just do like Trump. Jobs in this country, get independent again, and get our place back in the world.
It's not just jobs, it's careers.
Yeah.
You need a career. A job is a minimum wage job. A career is where you're making lots of money.
We've got to a point too where it's like, even with the college degree, people are taking jobs that are minimum jobs because that's the only job that they can find. It's ridiculous. I mean, we were built on.
I went from like 4 different fast food jobs because I just figured out like this is going nowhere after 2 years.
When it was
no
you got a
career.
college degree, you got a better paying job, you worked your way up the ladder, and everything. Now people are getting college. My son, he's a teenager. We were talking. He's like, Dad, I don't think I'm even going to go to college. I see you off your dad, and you're working. He goes, I'm just going to get AA. Be a blue collar worker and probably make twice as much money as you.
Well, you do remember, I don't know if you went back that far because you look about my age group. Al Gore, when Al Gore said he's going to bring in NAFTA, and then we're going to go to a service economy instead of an economy based on manufacturing.
Yeah. I thought NAFTA was a good thing.
You see how they screwed us, right? That's what I'm saying. They're saying so. Everybody's blaming the right or blaming. Some of these policies. These people, how about we just agree that some of the people in power ain't in our best interest in their lives?
Oh, I can agree with that 100%. On both sides. I'll agree with that 100%.
So we can keep arguments and we can get somewhere if we can talk, say, look, this is bullshit. Like you can admit NAFTA that. Ross Perot warned us about NAFTA. So it's
I really thought NAFTA was going to be a good thing, and then I come to find out in the repercussions on the Hispanic.
It sounded good, didn't it?
It really, I mean, there's children because of NAFTA. Their parents are gone 16, 17, 18 hours a day. And that's because the commute time, everything added in. I mean, hell, I'm gone from 9 o'clock till 7:30, you know, because I have to commute to my work job because it pays, though I don't make a lot, it pays better than it does here on my commute home. It pays better than most of my friends that are preschool teachers make anywhere between $13 to $16 an hour with a college degree. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
That's pretty low.
You know,
Oh,
I
we pay our
mean,
teachers shit.
it's,
Bullshit.
yeah,
That's
it's
what we're-
true.
that's-
We pay prison
think-
guards more than we pay our teachers.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
That my uncle was a prison guard, and he told me when I was going to go be a teacher, he said, you'd be better off being a teacher in the prison system.
Right.
They start out, the average teacher starts out at, I think it's 46, 47 now. Prison guard starts at 60,000.
Well, look how much money
Isn't
they-
that backwards?
That is
Look how much
Would
they
we
done with
rather keep these kids out of prison
right.
by teaching, educating,
Right.
you know? And I think there's a reason we don't invest in education is because we want the whole division thing.
Yep.
You want to keep people not asking questions,
Yep.
not asking why this is happening, not asking.
I don't understand why we
what's
don't teach our
happening,
youth how to manage
you know?
money. It seems to just
We
fall out of
did.
our,
We did.
falls out of millennials' hands.
We used to have home economics.
Yeah, they don't really teach it anymore.
Yeah, I don't
Right now, we
understand.
gotta
Yes,
get it back.
You know,
I
my
can
sons,
agree with
they're
that.
not even
I
teaching cursive anymore.
don't think the way
Handwriting,
Trump
they're
is
not
going
even
about it
teaching
is
it.
gonna
You know,
do
you
it.
have
I
to
do
learn
agree
cursive
with
in
that.
order to sign for a passport to get out of the country.
Went off.
Put our country back
You're
on
not
track.
using violence. So see, I could talk to you. Say, I'm being out of agree with some of the things you're saying.
So
but
what,
you're
how are
not
the
using
kids going to read
violence
that?
to
You
enforce
know what
it.
I mean?
Well, I don't think
True.
violence solves
So
anything.
Yanni
I've lived it,
or-
like I said,
I know,
grew up in
I'm
Richmond.
teaching my son's
I've
learning
lived
cursive. Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I've been there, done that.
You see,
I've lived
they did the
through it.
cursive version of
I-
Yanni or
I know that violence doesn't solve anything.
Yanni
because
or
all it does
what was
is,
that?
like I said,
I don't
I'm a preschool
know. Laura,
teacher.
Yanni or
When the
Laura?
children
You didn't see that?
Are
No.
fighting amongst
show you
each other.
afterwards.
Yeah, I wanna
Our
see.
thing is dialogue. You know, you talk it out. You talk to your friend. You tell them why you're, because they don't understand why. And if we could just get that with grown-ups too, that would be a wonderful thing.
Yeah, well,
because
kids see us fighting
we're
all the
too
time, you
busy
know.
fighting.
Yep.
Nobody's listening.
Yeah.
And
You're
the
too
problem
busy fighting, putting out.
well,
your,
now,
you know.
let me ask you this question. How do you feel about them over in Berkeley imposing all that Marxism over there? They mean they wave Russian communist flags to the institution.
Yeah, I'm not for.
That Marxism has never worked anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm not for. I mean, I'm for democratic socialism. I think that could work.
But I think it's just a
true
into
straight socialism and Marxism, communism, because they have the same fallacies we have. You still, though communism is based on everybody gets an even platform, you still have the rich people, you know, golden toilet seats. I mean, the czars who, I mean, you saw the palaces and things. You had people who are living,
they just
everybody
live off
else
the
had the
fact.
same,
That's
but
right.
you still had this faction of
Sure,
society
you always
that
got the
was
ruling
living
class.
above everybody else.
They don't
So
realize.
I'm
problem
not saying I want Marxism, but
Well,
I
I
do
just-
think
there-
some of the aspects of democratic socialism could work.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
share the aspects. I want to hear the aspects, you know. I'm not trying to bait you here. Just want to hear what you think would work.
I
Does that mean
would
people
love
are
to.
listening? I want to hear.
Well,
Not everybody has an answer, so any answer is good.
yeah, no.
Well,
First of
you're
all,
going to get bashed for your
yeah,
answers.
no. First of all, like I said, I think if we invest in our middle class, I think that would help to alleviate a lot of the woes. Like, you know, a lot of right people are against, you know, the whole welfare state, even though, you know, I continuously see immigrants, you know, and all this bullshit about immigrants getting welfare and stuff. I'm sure they do. They don't do it legally. The way Fox makes it sound, like every immigrant comes in here, they can just collect welfare. It's not true. Total fallacy.
But do you think welfare? Do you think there should be a cutoff on welfare? I mean, you're working.
Yeah, no,
I got to be opposed to this.
I think there should be, you know, and it's a tough situation. I believe everybody needs a hand getting up every now and then. I've been in places, you know, times where I was struggling. I've thought about, you know, like I said, I barely make enough to exist. I thought about going and getting SNAP just so I can put food on the table because I have 2 sons. And sometimes it's really hard to even just put food on the table. I'm in debt because I can't afford to put gas in my car.
Did you get married before you had
So I had to put gas
kids?
on my credit cards. I'm sorry?
Did you get married before you had kids?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Married for about 4 years.
Were you able to get assistance? I know, because
I never really did apply for it. So,
for
you know,
me
it's just something
personally,
that's cost money.
I wasn't able to when I had my kids.
Yeah.
I don't make that much money, but apparently I make too much to get any kind of assistance.
And that's one of the things
All
that's
I
broken
wanted was
too.
WIC. All
Yeah.
I wanted was cheese and milk, right? That's all I wanted.
That's
but
one of
they
the things
said
that's
no.
broken too. Is,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm losing.
I
my
mean,
train
I'm
of
not
thought.
trying to
No.
like live off the system, but there
No,
are
I
those
understand.
times that you need help.
Yes,
And
there
when
are
I was
times that
off
people
of
need
Well,
help.
like for example,
Yeah.
And there are those, I will admit too, there are those who do rape the system. They're
Absolutely.
definitely out
But
there.
unless,
Yeah.
like, you get unemployed, you get 6 months worth of unemployment to get back on your feet. They just think it changes from now on, you know? There's a point you got to cut off and say, look, you've had time.
Yeah, I'm not for like
constant. Yeah, and we do have people doing it, you know what I mean? And if you keep dropping babies, if you can't afford the babies, you got to ridiculous if you have more babies. There's got to be a point to say, well, look, you're exploiting the system, or you got to stop this, or there's got to be penalties for it.
Yeah, I think a good thing. I mean, I'm not for. I've seen all the stuff from the whole right to work agenda. I'm not for that, but I do think it would be a wonderful thing if people who were, say, living on assistance, they go to college. They get basically. I don't want to say if we had free education, that would be an issue. But say you are living on welfare. You can keep your status as long as you're going to school. And when you get to school, you get a low interest rate, you pay back the government. So it's still money that's coming back. It's not money just going away. When they get out, they get a degree, they get, and have job assistance, they get back. Open up more trade schools.
Well,
trade schools,
is another route.
High schools used to have, when I went to Richmond High, you
Yeah.
had auto shop, you
Yeah.
had wood shop.
Wood
You had,
shop,
schools don't have it. I mean,
No.
we're lucky.
Talking about that in King of the Hill.
That's one of the places we make cuts. If you start talking about cutting sports programs, you know that school is hurting.
Right.
That school is hurting because that is always the last thing,
Last thing to go.
It's always the music, the fine arts, the things that are just as important to education as anything else. The brain, certain parts of your brain tap into this exact music, taps into the same part of your brain that mathematics tap into. There are certain things that we can do with our educational skills, which isn't going to necessarily cost more money. It would cost more money, but it's important. Exactly.
They don't want us
Exactly. I think that's why we don't invest in
Their kids go to different schools than our kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's the whole thing. California alone. I mean, since Prop 13, literally 2 weeks after Proposition 13, schools were cutting. I mean, slashing. It wasn't yet, and nobody has been able to have Proposition 13. It's written so well. Nobody wants to take that on, and people that have taken it on, their political career has been just obliterated. It's written so well, and unfortunately, I read a couple of years ago there was a guy that. Because basically what they were talking about doing is amending Prop 13 so that corporations don't get the same tax write-offs as regular homeowners. Because that's a lot of revenue. That's a lot of revenue. I mean, a lot of this revenue that could go towards education has been given to what I call, you talk about corporations bragging of record profits, yet they're getting subsidized by the government still, or oil companies, things like that. I think that's ridiculous. I could see, a company getting that to get off the ground. They're off the ground. They've been off the ground for a long time. We're still
They talk about, I always get on about welfare, because I say the biggest welfare recipients is these guys. They come and get welfare, and you guys talk about the smaller guys when you never speak about them guys. And that's what I can't stand. We never have a balance. People are afraid to tell the goddamn truth. If they're afraid the right-wing constituents are going to get mad at them, or they're afraid the left-wing, why don't we just tell the truth? If we tell the goddamn truth, just tell the truth. And then guess what? Then we get out there, and you know what the elites are more scared of than anything? Is America unifying, and that's why they're afraid. The people on top.
We can agree on that.
Well,
100%.
we're agreeing on that. They're afraid when we unify. When we unify.
Exactly.
And I'm not talking for you people out there think I'm talking about communism. They
I know what you're saying.
They can take communism and shove it up their ass. We already have what we the people decide.
When we can get America doing exactly what we're doing right now.
We can use our communism. What's wrong with that? But see, this scares them. For me to sit there and talk to somebody right now that's got a resist sticker on their car.
Yeah, they don't want us to come.
They don't want me talking. And there'll be agitators on my side. They'll sit there and say, see, you're talking. I'll talk to Antifa guys all day long if they'll talk reasonable.
If they'll talk reasonable. Exactly.
If they want to fucking fight, then we'll go. That's why immediately I thought when you get out of the car, you're pulling at Antifa.
Yeah, no.
So, if you're willing to talk, even if I don't agree, you might be spewing communism, I'll argue with you all day about communism.
Yeah.
But I won't hit you. If you're not hitting nobody, I'm not going to hit you.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. That's the beauty of freedom of speech. But you got to have mature individuals come together. You can't have, these kids that are, either they're way far gone, like, want to get violent, or they play too many video games and think they're too panic. So you got to have adults that have a talk and say, look, I get your point on this, but this and that. And you know what? If people walk away with an open mind, and maybe you might even come up with a better idea than either one of these groups. But if America start doing it, guess what will happen? Let's say I start talking to you. Let's say you start raping more people, if I start raping more people. Yeah. Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get a bullet in my head, you're going to get a bullet in yours, because the elites ain't going to go.
Yeah, they don't want
That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah.
They don't want you. They're not scared right now. We're still divided.
Yeah.
But you get people talking, and we start coming together and saying, you know what? Fuck your communism. Get rid of your communism.
Let me say, if they actually succeed and they do implement communism and get rid of our current American government, what if it doesn't work?
Then
We
fucked.
can never go back.
That's what I'm saying. And it never works.
I don't think it'll ever straight on communism. I don't think that would. A, I agree. I don't think it would work, and B, I don't think it would ever happen in America. But then there's a lot of things happening now that I don't.
You never know. You never know if they get enough. If you get enough.
They're quite a big number strong, and now they're pushing into Eastern Europe. They got them in Poland now.
I think your Antifa should, for one thing, if they want to get any kind of reputable reputation that they care about, making America better, I think I'd stand away from Black Bloc, and I think I'd stand away from communism.
Yeah.
I think.
And BAM.
I will say that one of the promoters of Antifa did talk against Black Bloc and talk about how that they are ruining their peaceful events and that they don't want them there.
They got kind of unlucky.
Just shows up. They show up wherever they want to, because that's
yeah.
they're basically more on the anarchist side. They don't give a shit. I don't think they really give a shit about it.
They don't know what
I
they're
don't know what
doing.
they're doing.
Nobody really knows about
Try to talk to them, and what are you here for? They can never answer. No, I can't debate.
It seems like they kind of think of themselves as like superheroes from Inglourious Bastards.
Nothing's going to get resolved, and that's what was my point earlier about how the children, when they're having, hitting each other. So I was like, okay, if you hit him, you want to hit him back. That's why you tell them, you use your words.
Violence is an absolute last resort.
I always throw out, hey, there's a saying that don't shoot. The pen is mightier than the sword. That means that you use your words. You don't hit your friends. You use your words.
Well, like, for example, you from Richmond, and I grew up in a rough area too. So, if a gang hits a guy, a gang's going to hit the guy. A gang's going to hit that guy. It never ends. Well, the war keeps going on.
And it's the same thing as, the way our government is running. It's still, those are the minions who are getting killed. The guys that are running these gangs are making all the fucking money. Just like our government. We're the ones who are out here fighting when they're just sitting up there, like you said.
So
you seem to understand the government is corrupt.
That's what I'm saying. We understand.
Not watching what we're doing. They're fighting.
Yeah.
We have to sit there. But I'm saying, if we never have a dialogue, this war, like between Antifa and us, is never going to end if we don't sit down and have a dialogue. I may walk away from the table and not agree with the fucking thing Antifa says, but don't be coming out to myself attacking my people. Exactly. I won't be out attacking yours. Yeah. You got your right to free speech. I got my right to my free speech.
You notice that when we have our rallies, they show up at ours every time to harass and assault us. But when they threw their rally on March 4th, did we show up? We were nowhere to be found. We didn't show up. I wasn't there. At least I could say I wasn't there.
So I'm just saying, we.
All right. Well, sorry I called you guys houses.
Hey, you said you're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Are you Mr.
Espinosa.
Mr. Espinosa. All right. Well, it's been great talking to you. I'm glad this ended on a peaceful note. All right. I'm starving myself. You take care. All right. You drive safe.
If you want, I'm telling you. Remember, it should probably always be. I'll be out there. Come on.
Wasn't too bad, huh? I mean, that started out exciting. I thought Amber was gonna fuck him up. He got out, and as soon as they squared up, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna fight. Fighting's for something else." But it turned out to be a level-headed conversation, and what more could you ask for? Level-headed conversation, right?
That is what we hope for. When we come out to these events, the best thing that can ever happen at these events is to run into a liberal that is willing to have a conversation. Because our ultimate goal here is to close the divide. We have got to bring some stability back into this. And when stuff like this happens, it brings tears to our eyes.
That was really nice. I'm gonna kill it for right now. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for tuning in. This has been fun, and as you can see, it turned into a peaceful conversation, and that's what we want. We just want level-headed I hope we see more of this in the future. I hope this is only a direction, a positive direction that we keep heading in. Estados Unidos, se con Dios otra vez. Ve con Dios. If you're wondering what that means, it means you need to make America great again.